Hello folks, welcome to Winter Camping Time. My name is Peter, this channel is Wisconsin Wandering, and today I am at Mirror Lake State Park, just outside of Wisconsin Dells, and I'm going to show you what their winter and off-season camping options are. So let's go take a look around at what is available for winter and off-season camping here at Mirror Lake State Park. Now, like most state parks in Wisconsin, they may have multiple campgrounds, hundreds of sites, but they limit it down during the winter season. So at Mirror Lake, there are 3 campgrounds. There's Water Bay Campground, Sandstone Ridge Campground, and Cliffwood Campground. The winter camping is only in a small section of Sandstone Ridge Campground. In fact, there's only like 10 sites available for winter camping. There's a little more for off-season camping that they have available that they don't want to try to maintain on a regular daily basis in the winter. But once we get closer to the shoulder seasons, outside the May 15th to October 15th regular season, some of those will open up too. So let's just take a quick look at what sites are available here. So after a brutal January in Wisconsin here in 2025, the weather finally broke a little bit. Polar vortex has finally moved on, and we have more normal winter temperatures here. So we hit days now here at the end of January where we had yesterday it was in the mid-40s. Tomorrow is going to be even warmer. Today we're still just playing in the 30s, I think, but it was enough that I could get out and do some camping and give Mirror Lake the love it deserves. Now, while I'm here, I'm also going to take the time in separate videos and do complete walking tours of all 3 campgrounds here, so that I have detailed campground tours that you can view and look at every site individually. But this specific one is just going to focus on what the winter is like here at Mirror Lake State Park. So I am at the junction here where main road comes down. That continues on into the Cliffwood section, but we're going to come down here into the Sandstone Ridge section, and only a small portion of this is available now. There's a whole section over here. I'll cover that in my full walking tour of the Sandstone Ridge. We're going to go down and look at just those sites that you can book off season. All right, I came down a little bit down the road. That away takes you to the boat ramp, and we're going to show you that because it is relevant in the winter. But 58 is the first site that is available in off-season camping, and if I look right now on my phone, you'll see 58 is a red dot. Red dot means it is not available, and as you can see, they haven't cleared the snow. So this is not one that they keep available for use during the winter, but during the off season, this one would be available. Now, we're going to go through a couple here. If I look again, red dots, 59 and 61 are marked as red because those are taken currently. So we're going to take a look at all of these that are available, and then beyond the barrier where that car is pulling out, there are some more off-season ones that are currently not available. So let's start out here. 59, where I'm hunkered down, and as usually, especially in the winter, I choose a spot as close to the pit toilet as I can. These are electric sites, so I have my little space heater running inside, keeping it nice and toasty. So I, for the first time in, I don't know, more than a month, I'm starting to defrost stuff inside that van. It has been pretty frozen solid lately. Doing a little camp chair testing out here this trip. And so this is my site. Across the way is 60. Nice big site. All of these have electric. There's your path heading over to the pit toilet. 61 is my only neighbor. And that big old travel trailer. So you can see it holds a pretty big unit. 62 is another very long site. So you can kind of tell they do plow these. The snow has been pushed to the back. Very handy when you need something to put out your fire with, because water is turned off right now. 64 over here. Not a very big site. It's fairly long. I'm saying it's plenty big. 63 falls under the accessible site. So this one has a paved path going back to the pit toilet, or in regular use over to the bathhouse there that is currently closed. And looking at this map, 65 is the last of the ones that is available winter, which is where I am right now. This is 65. So there's not a lot of sites available to choose from. Rocky Arbor on the other side of the Dells is not open in the winter at all. They have a very steep climb up to their campground. But over down at Devil's Lake, most of the quartzsite campground is available in the winter. Some of it they don't plow, so they may not mark it as booked, but if it's clear, you can use it. We're going to go beyond and look at the rest of the off-season camping. So this section during the off-season, but not the winter, is another 11 sites that will be available earlier in the season or open a little later. And it's all based on how much they want to maintain and how much they think usage is and where they have available facilities. So 66 is the next one here. And again, the nearest pit toilet is over there, so it's still a little bit of a walk-in. Again, with electric. I'm going to go straight up, catch the last couple, and then there's a little side spur over here. And one of the reasons they don't like to try to maintain this is it's hard to keep the snow cleared under the trees and where it doesn't get a lot of sunshine. 73 here. It's one of the ones available. It's a very large site. So we got 74 on our right. Another large site. All these sites can hold a pretty big rig. 75 over here. And then 76 will be our last off-season site. There is more to this campground ahead, but this is all that's available for reservations during off-season. Now, at this point, this is where Camp Host would be in a regular season. And we're going to back up and do the little side loop. All right, the side loop has smaller sites than the other section. This is 67. It's hard to tell right now, though, because they're doing a lot of tree clearing. So there's a tree down in the back of the site right now. So I'm not sure where the end actually is. The power pole's way over there behind the picnic table. So it's kind of an awkward place with that tree anyway. We have 68. These are all much shorter sites. Not the really big rigs, but this one's still got quite a bit of room to it. But you do have to work your way around these corners. 69, getting shorter. And the reason these definitely are going to get shorter in this one and the next couple is because we are up against the canyon that takes you down to the boat ramp. This is 70. It's a wide site. Going off the back. From here you can see the parking area for the boat ramp down below. This is 71. Again, looking over the bluff. Now this particular loop has no inside sights. They're all on the outside. And 72 will be our last in the loop. And that one's fairly long. Now this loop has a water source in the middle, but it is not on during off-season. All the water's off. They do have winter water available at a faucet on the main entrance station building, right by the front door. So there is water available all year round, but it's very limited. Let's head down to the boat ramp and see what winter activities are like. I will note this year, as you can see, there's no snow. So the trail maps, usually they have a winter trail map and a summer trail map. The winter trail map shows you where all the cross-country ski trails are and the snowshoe trails. They are running summer maps right now because there's no winter activity trails here. Make sure you're operating your crafts out there at slow, no wake speeds. Sorry about the wind noise. That's like 2 feet thick out here. Nice clear ice so you can see the thickness. Fishing pier. They need some crampons. Now it surprises me that I don't see more people combining their love of sitting in a shack fishing with winter camping up above. So that's Mirror Lake. Nice place for ice fishing. The Sandstone Ridge campground, I believe, up there. I did see a couple cars out here yesterday. So unfortunately, one of the things, slippery ice, that's not available while you're out here. You know, you got the beautiful sandstone cliffs and people basically camping on the ice for the ice fishing, but the supper club is not open for the season. Got to come back in the summer. You want to enjoy that. And you can't walk there as easily as you can now, but there is a bridge across the canyon. So that would be the famous Vishnala Supper Club out on the edge of the Wisconsin Dells, right on Mirror Lake. Now I've also explored a few other of our Wisconsin's off-season and winter camping options. Boy, interesting how everybody just keeps driving by here. A lot of traffic for off-season here. Alright, so last winter I went to Coler Andre, and they have a small section of the big campground available, to Peninsula State Park, and in one of the many campgrounds there, they had one stretch that was available in the winter that a lot of the sites weren't plowed. And I also went to High Cliff State Park, and they had one loop available there. I've also done a video at Governor Dodge in their off-season camping, and at Wyalusing State Park at the Wisconsin Ridge campground. I've done some off-season camping there as well. So there's quite a bit of off-season camping, winter camping available. Most of them have electric as an option. Not all of them do. I don't think High Cliff did. I think that was non-electric options there. So it's a little more primitive, a little colder. So you got to plan for that. Now, my one recommendation for all of them, don't plan too far ahead. Go ahead, look at the website. If there's a bunch of dots available, go for it. If you think the weather's going to be good enough, go for it. Don't pick a site until you're on site and you can see, has it been cleared? Can I actually get my vehicle into it before you book that site? Because like I said, when I was up at Peninsula State Park last year, half the sites were completely snow covered, but they were available, but I couldn't get into them. So I picked one that I could get into. Well, that's going to wrap up my video on winter camping from Mirror Lake State Park. Look for other videos if you want to know more about camping and the specific sites throughout this state park. I'll have a couple different videos designating the individual campgrounds to tour. I was here many years ago. I did a very brief stop, and I felt it was time to give this park the love it needed. So, from across from Ishnala Supper Club, which you cannot visit in the winter, unfortunately, on Mirror Lake at Mirror Lake State Park. Get on out there. I'll see you on the next one, and watch out for those ice holes.